We are live.
We are live during the day. It's like we are just professionals who can just jump on the internet whenever we want to.
It is. Hang on, I have to ask you a question. Uh-oh, I gotta mute that one. Is your last name Walker?
No, no. Hey, I just got an email that I'm now live on my channel, just in case I needed to know that.
It just told me that you're live. Also, wow.
Well, we don't
Well,
we don't do the daytime streaming kind of a thing, but
yeah.
Texas Beekeeper, how's it going? We thought we'd just jump on here real quick and just say a couple things, um, for later on tonight. But hey, Matt, I think that's Matt from over near Dayton. I think 33 miles. There's a lot of people who can jump on. I didn't realize so many folks can just jump on during the day, so that's pretty cool. But I know Brian, you currently getting your camera and your mic situated for tonight. Speaking of Walker, there's Bob. Bob, Brian asked me if my last name was Walker because I turned my camera on live during the day. uh, I usually look better at night with all the lights off. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But you got everything set up and ready to go for tonight's big
I
show, Brian.
I think so. I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm
I'll
kind of
tell you.
looking forward to it.
I think Bob is the last like big YouTube beekeeper
Yeah,
that I mean I have never really spoken with him. So if you see me at all tonight and I just kind of, you know, lean over like this and you just see a little drool thing going because I just don't know what to say, and you know, just accept that, and that's just me.
well, I think we all, for folks who haven't had the opportunity to meet Bob, um, you can pick up on who Bob is. First, let's just say the first things first. If you don't already know, tonight's very special guest for the Stream Team Beekeeping Chat is the one only Bob Binnie. So we're looking forward to having Bob on to just kind of get into the mindset of not only Bob Binnie, but the actual art of beekeeping. There's a lot of videos. Bob gives lots of presentations and talks. A lot of folks kind of a pretty good idea of who Bob is as a beekeeper, and that's awesome. Tonight, we're going to dig into kind of the mindset and the art of beekeeping. And you've kind of heard Bob talk about that just a little bit. Um, but I think as we are kind of all winding down our seasons and kind of looking forward to planning for the next act per se, I think getting into the mindset of somebody who has been doing it decade after decade after decade is
Yeah.
going to provide some really valuable input, which is going to help, I think, a lot of us kind of
Yeah.
work on those things that matter most, which is the mindset. So I want to say hey to I got John Lawler on there, G's Bees, Texas Beekeeper, some guy named Castle Hives, 33-mile bees. We got Matt, I think it's 4G. We've got
We even have Australia is tuning in.
how do you say it? Man, my eyes are getting bad. My screen's too far away.
Munabungbi.
Mun Munabungi man, we're butchering that. Mr. B King. We'll call him Mr. B King there.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I see that right there. He says Lake Mac, Australia. 7 a.m. Wow, cool. Nice. Well, thanks
That's
for
pretty
jumping
wild.
on here. We're just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about tonight. So you just heard us kind of mention tonight is a very special guest. We've got Bob Binnie coming on.
Hmm.
We're going to talk about the mindset, the art of beekeeping. We're going to dig into some of those things. I think once you can tighten up some of the way we think about things, how we process information, and what that experience means to us all individually, it kind of paints a unique portrait of what it is to be a beekeeper. And I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. Michael Tangway, how's it going? James Sedler, thanks for joining in. We got folks from all over the country and world now
Yeah.
just tuning in today on a Wednesday afternoon. Um, what I was going to say, Brian, is a lot of us know Bob from his videos. We maybe if you've met him at a talk, um, but what I'll say as having the honor to have spent some time with Bob, in the field, is Bob is as genuine as a person, face to face as he is behind a camera, and I think that's an awesome thing. And he's a kind of a he has a certain way of presenting not only information but himself in a
Hmm.
way that's accepting on for beekeepers at all level, no judgment, and it's an awesome kind of a relationship to be able to have with somebody else as you're kind of growing as a beekeeper and as a person. So that's going to be awesome tonight. So we're gonna definitely we're gonna dive deep, so make sure you all are ready for it. I think we're gonna get into some things that I don't know that many folks have had the opportunity to kind of jump in and talk about. So that's going to be pretty cool. So Brian, between now and then, I want you to think of you got to think of one
Mm.
question that you want to ask Bob, um, and um, and we're going to make sure that we get a couple of these answers kind of
Oh,
question. Now, the other big news tonight is we're going to do some giveaways. Um, Shout out to everyone who
what?
jumped on. We got Philip Holmes, Lil Acres, Honeybee, Steve Brigger, Mark Booth. Thanks for joining us, guys, and on the afternoon here, just talk a little bit about bees. We got a big giveaway, three big
Did,
giveaways tonight,
did
Brian.
did you say giveaway?
I said giveaway. That's right. It's
Wow.
free. So
Wow.
I'm going to rely on you on working the magic wheel. So if you're watching
I'm
this
gonna do it.
before tonight's stream, make sure you are liked and subscribed to the Nature's Image Farm channel, and that you will get you eligible for that giveaway. But I thought we'd do something cool. This whole thing has been a collaborative approach between Brian at Castle Hives and Bruce Jenny over at Bruce's Bees. I thought, how cool would it be to have three different prizes tonight for giveaways? The first one is going to be a Stream Team honey sampler. So you're going to get honey. You're going to get some of Brian's honey. You're going to get some of Bruce's honey. You're going to get some of our honey, and we're gonna kick it up a notch. Are you ready? Oh, Brian's okay. Cool. You will also
Okay.
get included with the Stream Team honey sampler is you are going to get 1 pound of Bob Benny's finest sourwood honey. So we're also
What?
going to throw in a Bob Benny pound of sourwood honey into the mix. So that's going to be pretty cool. Uh,
What?
so you not only we get to sample different flavors from Ohio and Alabama, but the sourwood is one of the very prime premium, um, most sought after varietals, and so that's going to be really awesome for someone to get a hold of.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I've had nothing quite like that, so that's going to be pretty cool. So tonight's first prize is going to be a honey sampler that'll have Nature's Image Farm, Castle Hives, Bruce's Bees, and Bob Benny Blue Ridge Honey Company sourwood honey. So that's going to be pretty cool. So definitely stay tuned for that. Um, the second prize for tonight is we're going to give away a 4-pack of buckets and plugs that will ship to anywhere here in the country. So I know you've seen a lot of videos, a lot of guys using 1 gallon buckets. They are game changers out in the bee yard, especially this time of year. Fall time is huge. Bucket feeding is a big deal this time of year. So that's going to be pretty cool. So we're going to give away 4 bucket feeders for free, shipped across the country. They're thanks, Brian. You can learn more about them there. You can go to our YouTube channel or anyone else's and see a lot more about those two. So I'm looking forward to kind of getting those out to some more folks too. And we've got one more giveaway for tonight. And I thought it would kind of be a cool thing. We've Bruce. If you haven't checked it out yet, Bruce Jenny just put out a great video today, kind of updating where his bees are at in the fall, and he got to show us some of the colonies that he put those Pepto Pink queens in.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like he's able to cool down those Spice Girls a little bit with those Pepto Pinks. So in the video, you see Bruce not wearing any kind of gloves at all. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
pretty
I
wild.
enjoyed that. So go check out that video between now and tonight over there on the Bruce's Bees channel. That was a pretty cool one. We've talked about those genetics and how we've kind of have been improving our genetic line, and we keep blending in some really proven, really neat stock. And it's over a year ago when we went down to visit with Bob, we brought back some stock from Bob and flooded our mating areas with drones from that stock, and then made a lot of queens off that stock as well. And so we've put together, kind of Bob's Southern Appalachian mutts, which are Carniolan and Caucasian with a little bit of Italian. And we blended those with our Northern New World Carniolan and our older Carney strains with a little bit of Italian. We've blended all those kind of together. And man, they seem like they're knocking the socks off of everything that we've done so far. So our third giveaway, kind of the real big, the very last giveaway of the night is going to be a spring nuke from Nature's Image Farm with one of those Appalachian mutt queens in it. So I think that's going to be a pretty cool thing. What do you think, Brian?
That's awesome. I mean, that is awesome. When you told me, I was just like, wow. I mean, I almost want to like log in on like some kind of like, you know, other profile. That way I can like get into the mix. But yeah, no, that's awesome. Whoever gets that, I can just say his bees, they're makes it. I've told you before, it makes it enjoyable to work the bees when you can walk out there and you have those gentle bees. They're just doing their thing. They're just producing honey. They're doing what bees do. They work, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're amazing. It's an amazing line. That's I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I appreciate the kind words there. It's one thing when you feel like you're working to develop something that is really
Mhm.
working good for your area, that not only are gentle and prolific, but they're doing all the different jobs that you need to. They're raising brood, they're making honey, they're they brood down on their own, and they wait till the right time in the spring to explode. We're definitely
Yeah,
seeing just some really great results. What's even more exciting is folks like you and Bruce and everyone across the country are seeing similar results. So that, to me, that's cool. That means we are definitely on the right track, and we're able to put
right,
some good genetics into a bunch of different folks' bee yard, and that's a big deal.
right.
That's special to us to be able to put up, have our genetics that we've been working on. It's a piece of our family legacy. Our hands are touching every box. It's cool to know that that's going out to somebody else to make a difference in
Yeah,
their yards too. So that's pretty cool. We got old Thomas from Free Range Art Farm checking in. Hey, Thomas. Uh, I recently was out on a trip trying to connect with Thomas and Justin Ruger, and it was just the timing. We really tried hard to make it happen, but it got tough. So I wasn't able to stop out and see them. But I'm looking forward to heading out there to the Free Range Art Farm and seeing the new accessible beekeeping yard and kind of see what they're doing here in the spring. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So
yeah. That's
um,
awesome.
yeah. So um, anything else, Brian? Anything new on the horizon?
Oh man, I tell you, I wanted to get to it today, but I just am not going to have enough time. There's this live stream that I have to be back home, to
Yeah.
got to talk to these guys.
Yep.
But I need to. We have that window, and in Ohio, we have to seize the opportunity when we have it.
Yep.
Tomorrow, I'm going to get out, yank the rest of my supers, um, and just get the colonies on their way, drop strips on them. I'll probably check uh, counts on two or three of them, the bigger colonies, just to see where they're at. If I need to, go a different route other than the Apivar, I'll do that. But tomorrow, that's going to be it. Yank supers and just kind of get them on their way. I've been cleaning my feeders up. That way, that's ready. I need to go out and get sugar, in fact. So, but yeah,
Yep.
I hate seeing the season come to an end already. But
It's we are only one frost away from it all disappearing. It seems everything's looking beautiful.
I
It's
know.
a white field of aster and gold field of goldenrod out there until we get that
Yeah.
frost, and they're all just going to get hit, and
Yeah.
that's going to be it. So um, I'm sure maybe we'll get into that tonight. If not, we'll get into it the next stream. But that's definitely a big concern. Is as I know, Pro Suite right now is something a lot of folks are using. We're using right now to keep
Hmm.
the weight on the colonies, keep them doing all the very last things, and then they're going to be done, and we're going to put them away, and
Yeah.
that's going to be that. So
You know,
um,
I'm probably going to end up doing something this winter, Greg, that I have never done in my apiary, and that is overwinter a 7 frame nuke. I have
that'd be
never
cool.
overwintered just a single, but it's the Pepto Queen. They have it filled out. I was hoping they would work a second box, but it
Yeah.
just, all the elements weren't there. But that one box is just packed.
Wow.
So I'm gonna, uh, I'm gonna be watching that baby all through the winter. I'll tell you that.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
Yep. I've got a bunch too that are in some single 5 frame medium boxes that I got to figure out what we're going to do with, because I've got some things that are maybe in doubles and triples. Maybe I'll go out tomorrow and are you ready for it? Make October splits. Maybe we'll
what?
break a bunch of these boxes down and get them split off with
Oh
the
my
last of
god!
these lighthouse queens, and then cruise, let them cruise through the winter time. But
I
I
would
got to
need
get
a
out there in the yard and see what's what.
cardiologist.
What's that?
I would need a cardiologist.
uh, yep. So, well, hey, Brian, it's a little after 4.
Yeah,
We're less than 4 hours away. The big countdown to
big night.
the yeah, buddy.
Yeah, big night.
Yep, big night. It's gonna be cool.
So
Tonight's special guest. Uh, we're gonna. It's the Tonight show is the art of beekeeping with Bob Binnie, and so it's gonna be an awesome night digging into what does that mean? What is the art of anything? What is the art of beekeeping? What does
hmm
that have to do with our mindset? What does that have to do with the actions that we take outside in the bee yard? It's going to be cool. We're gonna dive deep down some rabbit holes that I don't think have really been talked about before. So it's going to be neat. So definitely, if you're going to tune in tonight, definitely you don't want to miss it. On top of that, we've
yeah.
got 3 awesome giveaways. We're going to be giving away a Stream Team honey sampler that's going to have Castle Hives honey. It's going to have some Bruce's Bees honey. It's going to have some Nature's Image Farm honey. And literally the cream of the crop is going to be this 1 pound jar of sourwood honey from our special guest tonight, Bob Binnie. They're at the Blue Ridge Honey Company. We're going to throw those in there. Our second giveaway is going to be a 4 pack of 1 gallon bucket feeders. We'll ship those across the country. And then our last, and our grand prize is going to be a 5 frame nuke in this coming spring that will have our Appalachian Mutt Queens, which is a genetic kind of combination of our very best over all the years that we blended with those that genetic diversity that we brought back from Bob Binnie in the Southern Appalachians um, last year. So 3 awesome giveaways. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to kind of seeing everyone tonight. If you can, make sure if you want in on the giveaways that you like and subscribe the channel. If you can help us out by sharing tonight's video out to the public, that would be awesome. And I think on that note, Brian, I'm looking forward to seeing you and Bruce and everybody else later on tonight. Thanks for jumping in. I kind of
Sounds
like these
good.
little midday things, man.
I'm
Maybe
telling
we'll have
you,
to sneak one of these in every now and again.
just like a little 15 minute, 20 minute. Here's what's coming up. Boom.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
Just a
it.
little. Yeah, exactly. So, well,
Okay.
cool. Well, hey, guys, thanks for everyone who jumped on to hear us blab on about bees. We're looking forward to seeing you tonight, and we'll catch you here at 8 p.m. Eastern with the art of beekeeping with Bob Binnie. We'll see you then.